Hey, what is up guys, it's Expert Math Review 96 and welcome back to the channel. Today we are back with a brand new video and we'll be talking about the intensity of sound. So what is the intensity of sound? Sound intensity is defined as the sound power per unit area. The usual context is the measurement of sound intensity in the air at a listener's location. The basic units are watts per meter square or watts per centimeter square. Normally, sound intensity is measured as a relative ratio to some standard intensity.
So, how does logarithms apply to intensity of sound? The response of the human ear to sound waves closely follows a logarithmic function of the form RK log L, where R is the response to a sound that is the intensity of L, and K is the constant of proportionality. Thus, we define the relative sound intensity level as SL dB, or 10 log I 10. The unit of SL is called the decibel, or in short form, dB. What about the units? I is the intensity of the sound expressed in watts per meter, and IO is the reference intensity defined to be 10 to 12 watts per meter square. This value of IO is the threshold of hearing at 1 kHz for a young person under the best circumstances. As I over IO is a uniqueness ratio, the intensities only need to be expressed in the same units, not necessarily watts per meter square.
So how can logarithms solve problems related to intensity of sound in real life? Logarithms can be used to calculate the amount of sound an object produces. This can be useful in making products such as hearing aids and earplugs. Logarithms are used in this object called the decibel scale. The decibel scale is used to measure sound level. Logarithms are used to make the Richter scale. Logarithms also make big numbers easier to handle, as logarithms are able to represent big numbers in terms of inputs, which is log to the base 10.
So why is the intensity of sound important? Sound is something we hear every moment and is used to convey a message. The loudness of the noise we hear depends only on the distance between oneself and the source of the sound. The loudness of the sound shows the importance or significance of the area where the sound is coming from. For example, an ambulance alarm is very loud as its purpose is to allow the people in the vehicles in front of it to hear the ambulance and move out of the way. This shows that the intensity of the sound plays a vital role in things such as conveying a message to other people. That is the reason why intensity of sound is important.
Then who needs sound? Sounds are essential in everyone's life, as it is a very important sense. People use sounds for a variety of purposes, such as for leisure, like music, warnings, like sirens, and communication, like talking. Without sound, life will become very inconvenient, as one will not have a means to communicate to others. What are some assumptions of intensity of sound? Some people assume that intensity of sound is not very important and do not pay much attention to it. However, intensity of sound is a very important part of our daily lives. Some people also assume that everyone can control the loudness of their voices easily. However, some people are unable to do so and have difficulty controlling their voices as they have very soft or very loud voices.
Why is this important and who needs this information? The above two reasons are important and together they show exactly how intensity of sound is useful in everyday life. Without intensity of sound, communication in the world will become very difficult and inconvenient. This information is useful for everybody who is able to communicate verbally and thus makes intensity of sound even more significant.
So what are some possible careers that may utilize this information? Some possible careers include teachers, students, as well as other working adults. This is because teachers, students, and other working adults need to make presentations or speeches more often. Thus, they need to know how loud their voice should be in order to have the appropriate volume and tone in their voice. Therefore, this information may prove useful to them, in particular apart from the general public.
So what are some challenges of intensity of sound? One challenge should be that people will not be able to calculate and determine exactly how loud their voices must be at any given moment. This may cause some problems, such as others being unable to hear the speaker. Another problem would be that despite people knowing how loud they must be, some people are born naturally with very soft or very loud voices. This will cause them to take a lot of time to learn how to control their voice. What are important things to know about intensity of sound? Firstly, intensity of sound is a very important factor when the sound is emitted, as it affects the purpose of the sound. Going back to the ambulance example, the ambulance's siren has a very low intensity. No one will be able to hear it, and thus it defeats the purpose of having a siren in the first place. Secondly, intensity of sound is also a key factor in communication. For example, if one wants to reach another person from a distance, one has to speak at a high intensity so that the other party will be able to hear the speaker.
With that, we've come to the end of our infomercial. We hope that you enjoyed this short explanation and rundown on the intensity of sound. Thank you and have a nice day.
Created using Powtoon.